This is my pod controller electronics. Inside the pod there's various limit switches which stop it over opening or over closing, and there's a 12-volt car winch which operates the pod. You can see it in operation on another video. So these are the electronics. We've got a voltage section here. We've got the red switches and override. If the electronics aren't working, I can just switch the motor on and off by hand. This board has got the Micrometer microprocessor. Top left, it's got the relay for switching the power supply that powers the motor on and off. That's at the moment that's a 12-volt 60 amp X data center power supply. I used to have the thing running off a solar cell topping up a car battery, but the car batteries didn't like the charge discharge cycle too much, and they used to give up after a while, so I changed over to a permanent power supply, and that's what the relays turn on and off. There's the Micrometer board, and this board here this board here is the receiver for the fob transmitter, because it works off a key fob. The problems of switching 30 amps when the pod's opening and 10 amps when it's closing, I found considerable 7 or 8 years ago when I designed and built this. So I designed and built a double pole, double throw rotary switch. It's powered by the stepper motor there, and it has a Hall effect switch here, which just it's an opto switch actually. It just works against this reflector there, and just make sure that the stepper switch doesn't overstep or understep. And this is the stepper motor driver, which is all driven by the Micrometer. So this mechanical switch has been surprisingly successful actually over the last 7 or 8 years, but it's starting to show its age. The contacts have to be cleaned every now and again. The cables suffer from fatigue, and I just want to swap it out for a solid state power MOSFET controller in H Bridge configuration. I've had problems with power MOSFETs before, because they never seem to give you the performance you think from the datasheet headlines, and you might get a 100-volt 60 amp MOSFET, and then you realize when you look at the datasheet that's okay only if it's 10 microsecond pulses or something, whereas this is DC, in which case they can derate a hell of a lot. But anyway, I think I've solved all of that now. So this project is to replace this with a solid state device.